Namaste, everybody, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Madhura Bhagwat, and today we will be flowing through a 45 minutes challenging yet fun Vinyasa flow sequence. If you wish to modify your poses, you can always use your blocks and strap. So let's begin by coming on our fours. Starting with shoulder width distance in between your palms and hip width distance in between your knees. Inhale, slowly begin to drop your abdomen to lift your chest and chin, arching in your spine. Deep breath out to curl, chin to your chest, starting to wake up your spine here. Inhaling to arch. Exhaling to curl. Let's go one more time. Inhale. Exhaling to curl. Now slowly coming back in your neutral position, you sit back, taking your palms forward, beginning to flex them. In a Vinyasa class, we use a lot of wrist work, and therefore it is important that we warm up so that we avoid any sort of injuries. Now gently turn them out, drawing circles, and slowly turn them in. Beautiful. Now start to flick your fingers as fast as you can. So you want to go faster, 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 faster. So you will notice this pressure building in your forearms, which is perfectly fine because that's exactly what we want to do. Taking deep in breaths and out, keep going. Last few breaths. And slowly shake them, placing your palms on your mat. Tuck the toes under, lift your knees to press back in your first downward facing dog. Taking deep in breaths and out here. Feel free to bend one knee at a time to move your hips from side to side, just to release any tension in your hamstrings, your lower back. Noticing all those tiny knots in the body, if especially this is your first practice of the day. Now gently begin to find stillness in your posture. Inhale, start to roll yourself forward into a plank. And then knees down, chest and chin to lower. Taking your fingers at shoulder level with the tip of your fingers on the mat and elbows lifted. Inhale to lift up. As you exhale, turn your right shoulder down, gaze to your left. Inhaling back to center. Exhale, the other side. Let's go again. Inhaling to center. Exhale. Inhaling to center and exhaling the other side. Inhale, rolling back to center and slowly begin to lower. Tuck your toes under, palms next to your chest. Inhale, gently lift up and press back in your first downward facing dog. And this time you start to find stillness rather than moving in your down dog. Opening your fingers really wide and keep pressing away from the mat rather than sinking in your shoulders. The idea is to keep turning your triceps in direction of your feet. Inhale, lift high up on your toes. And slowly begin to tiptoe forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Deep breath out to fold. Let's go one more time. Inhale. Deep breath out to fold. Now, micro bending into your knees, chin to your chest, gently curling in your spine. You start to roll yourself up with your head coming up in the end. Inhale, lift your hands over your head. Exhale, hands at your heart center. We'll be starting today's practice with an Om. For that, take a deep breath in. Inhale, circling your palms over your head. Exhale, gently folding forward and down. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthening your spine. Exhale to step back and plank. Inhale, dropping your knees down, or you could always bend into your knees to float them. Gently turn your tailbone up, elbows back to lower down, knee, chest, chin. And from here, slowly lie down onto your belly. Now, you take your palms behind, interlocking your fingers. Gently lift your torso up for Bhujangasana Cobra. Inhale and exhale here. And slowly lower. Taking your palms next to your chest, tucking your toes under, slowly start to press up in plank and back into your downward facing dog. Inhale, lift high up on your toes. Turning your gaze forward, bend your knees and step up, jump forward, halfway lift. Exhaling to fold. Inhaling to lift up. Exhale, gently lean to your right. Releasing your right hand towards the side and breathing into the left side of your body. Inhale, back to center. Exhaling, the other side. Inhale, slowly lift back to center. Exhaling to fold. Inhale to lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, again you step back in plank. Now this time you have an option to lower down, knee, chest, chin with your feet together, or you open your feet hip width distance apart. Then transferring your weight forward, elbows back to lower down in Chaturanga. But again you lie down onto your belly. This time taking your hands by the side, making slight fist with your palm, chin or your forehead on the mat. Inhale, only legs lift for Shalabhasana. Deep breaths, inhale and exhale. And slowly lower. Palms next to your chest, tuck your toes under, and this time you can either press up in Cobra or upward facing dog to lift the chest. And just hold here to turn your right ear towards your right shoulder. You can do the same thing if you're in Cobra. Coming back to center, exhale, the other side. Again, back to center. Now turn your gaze towards your right shoulder. Back to center, the other side. Back to center. Slowly press up and back, down dog. Take a deep inhale and deep breath out. Inhale to rise on your toes, turning your gaze forward, bend your knees, and step up, jump forward, halfway lift. Deep breath out to fold. Inhale to rise up. And this time, hold your left wrist with your right palm, cross left leg around to slowly lean to your right. So you're essentially using your right hand to draw yourself to the side. Inhaling back to center. Exhale, you switch sides. Inhale, gently rolling back to center. Exhaling to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, this time you step hop or jump back to low plank. Inhaling to cobra or up dog. Exhaling to down dog. Now from your downward facing dog, you have an option to simply stay here or you lower your elbows down for dolphin. Inhale and exhale. Making sure you do not sink into your shoulders or let your elbows slide out. Now, if you're in dolphin, again, you press up in your down dog, then wave forward into plank. And slowly lie down onto your belly. So we've done Bhujangasana or lifting your torso, we've done the legs, and now we're connecting together. So you again interlock your fingers behind, but change your grip with other pinky on top than what you had taken the previous time. Then again, drawing your hands away from the body, and this time you lift your entire torso and your legs so your body is balancing on your belly. Naukasana. Oftentimes, back bend is difficult to most people because the entire day we are curling our spine and folding forward. So it's natural to find back bends challenging. Now bending into your knees. Release your palms and see if you can hold onto your ankles for Dhanurasana, bow pose. And slowly lower. Taking your palms next to your chest, tuck the toes under, press up and back to your downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale and deep exhale. Inhale on your toes to turn your gaze forward, bend your knees and step up, jump forward, halfway lift. Deep breath out to fold. Inhaling to circle your hands over your head. Exhale, hands at your heart center. Take a deep inhale here. And deep breath out. Inhale, lift your hands over your head. And this time, exhale, you twist to your right. Now what happens is your body also starts to move towards the side. So make sure your torso is turned towards the front and you're twisting from your upper body whilst squaring your hip towards the front. Inhale to lift. Exhaling the other side. Deep breaths here. Inhaling to lift up. Exhaling to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step up, jump back. Inhaling to cobra or up dog. Now this time you go into down dog, or you take that extra chaturanga low plank to press up and back. Take a deep inhale. And deep breath out. Again, option to stay in your down dog, or you drop your elbows for dolphin. Inhale, lift high up on your toes, and you lift your right leg up. Make sure you're not sinking into your shoulders. And slowly lower. Inhale, left leg lifts. And slowly lower. From that, you press up in your down dog to drop your knees down, coming on your fours. From here, inhale, you rise on your knees to move into Ustrasana, taking one palm at a time towards the back to lift the chest. Inhale, you lift back to center. Exhale, sit down on your knees. Now, you take your right hand on top so that your palm is turned towards the back. Left hand goes under, so you're clasping your fingers at the back, like we do in Gomukhasana, cow face pose. Now you take a deep inhale, exhale to fold. It's okay to circle your back over here. Normally I would have said no, but in this pose it's fine. Inhaling to lift up, exhale to release, and we go straight into the other side. So this time, right hand under, left hand on top to clasp. Then inhale, exhaling to curl. You'll oftentimes notice your one side being more open or flexible than the other, and you'll notice a little bit of strain more on the other side. Inhale, slowly lift up. Exhale to release. Now we go into puppy dog. So from here, again, lifting onto your fours so that your hip is in line with your knee. Walking your hands forward without pushing your hip to back or in the front, keeping it almost in line with your knee. You start to lower your chest. Anahatasana. Deep breathing here. Inhale and exhale. Now, slowly begin to curl into your spine to gently lower down with your hip down. Taking your left forearm at 90 degrees, circling your right palm back, holding onto your foot, Ardha Bhekasana. Drawing your foot down as much as you can, but please be careful of your right knee. And slowly release. Let's go with the other side. Right palm down, hold your left to fold. Deep breaths here, inhale and exhale. And slowly release. Palms next to your chest. Tuck your toes under. Inhale, you press up and back into your downward facing dog. Now from your downward facing dog, start to walk your palms towards your feet. Keeping hip width distance in between your feet, holding onto your big toes. Inhale to lengthen your spine. Exhale to draw your elbows out to fold, Padangusthasana. Inhale and exhale here. Inhale, halfway lift. And this time you draw your palms under your feet as if you're massaging the base of your palms with your toes. Inhaling to lengthen, exhaling to fold. Padahastasana. Inhaling to lift, exhale to release. Now again, walk your palms forward in downward facing dog. Inhale on your toes to turn your gaze forward, gently bend your knees and step up, jump forward, halfway lift. Exhaling to fold. This time you bend into your knees to lift in chair pose, Utkatasana. So today we are working with a lot of poses, and the sequence is created in such a way that it will help you create space in your body, which helps in your mobility, but also the functioning of the organs as well as your musculature. Deep breaths here. Now taking your palms behind, interlock your fingers to lift the chest. Exhale, straighten out the legs to fold. Inhale to release. Now gently release your palms onto the mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, step up, jump back. Inhaling to cobra or up dog. Deep breath out, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, you pivot your left foot to 45 degrees angle to step your right foot forward. Inhale to rise up in warrior one. Deep breaths here. Then slowly placing your palm down, gently step back, down dog. Pivot your left foot to 45, step your right foot forward this time. Inhale, warrior one. Focusing on your inhales and exhales. Exhaling, palms go down, you step back, down dog. From there, inhale, right leg lifts, bending into your knee, heel to your hip to draw circles with your right knee. First turning them out and then change the direction. Inhale, you straighten out the leg. Bend your knee to flip over while thing, left leg straight, right knee bent, lifting the chest. And from there, you first come into your side plank. See if you can float your right knee towards the top to step your right foot forward. Then gently drop your left knee down. Inhale, Chandrasana crescent. Exhale, Ardha Hanumanasana, half splits. You straighten out your right, bend your left to fold. Placing your left palm in line with your left shoulder. Bend your right, tucking your left toes under. Lift your right hand up to twist. Then from here, you lift the twist. Gently lean back to reverse. From there, scooping your right hand under to open warrior two. so that your right toes are turned forward, left foot is parallel to the back side of the mat. Inhale, reverse warrior. Right hand goes on top, left hand forward. Exhale, triangle pose. So straighten out the leg. You can maintain that same distance in between your legs to lower towards your right side. You have an option of using a block under your right palm here. Then inhale, slowly lift up. Turn your left toes towards the side to squat in Skandasana. Deep breaths, inhale and exhale. From here, holding onto your left ankle, take your left hand on top to lean to your right. Parighasana, gate pose. Inhale, slowly lifting back to center. And this time you drop your hip to turn your left knee in. Moving into Trianga Mukha Ekapada Paschimottanasana. Your knees are close to each other. You can always sit on a block. Inhale, hands lift. Exhaling to fold. Deep breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. You start to walk forward. For Prishthasana Lizard, walking your right foot slightly towards the outside. Option to stay up on your palms or you gently lower down onto your elbows. Deep breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, slowly begin to lift up. Walking your right foot towards the center, palms on either side. Tuck your left toes under. You go standing on your right leg, drawing your left leg forward. Now from here, we are moving into Ashtavakrasana. So option to hook the foot in your elbow, or you take your right knee on top of your right shoulder. Palms on either side. You press up, crossing your leg onto the other side and to lower. And slowly come back to center. Taking your right foot next to your left knee, inhale, left hand lifts, exhale to twist your right. Deep breaths, inhale and exhale. Inhale, slowly turning your gaze forward to release. Drop your right shin forward, left leg goes back for pigeon. Inhale to lift the chest. Exhale, walking your hands forward and down. Focusing on deep and breaths in out here. Inhale, slowly starting to lift. Palms in line with your shoulders. Tuck your left toes under, right knee in towards the chest. Option to step back or you float the leg to take your Vinyasa flow. Meeting me in down dog. On your next inhale, left leg lifts. Slowly starting to bend into your knee to draw circles. And turning them the other way around. Inhale to straighten out the leg, then bending into your knee, you flip over while thing, Chamatkarasana. This time, right leg straight, left knee bent to lift the chest. Slowly coming into your side plank, see if you can float your left knee towards the ceiling to step your left foot forward. Dropping your right knee down, turn the sole out. Inhale, Chandrasana, crescent. Exhale, Ardha Hanumanasana. You straighten out your left, bend your right to fold. From here, right palm in line with your right shoulder, left knee bends. Tucking the right toes under, lift the knee, left hand lifts. Twisted runner's lunge. Inhale, slowly begin to lift the twist. And you lean back to reverse, lift the chest. Now scoop your hand under to open warrior two on your left side. So that your left toes are turned forward, your right foot is parallel to the back side of the mat. Hands remain active, relax your shoulders. Inhale to reverse. Exhale, triangle pose. So straightening out both your legs, gently lean to your left, turning your gaze up. Inhaling to lift. And from here, right toes turned out, left toes on top to come into Skandasana. So that this time your left toes are turned up towards the ceiling. Inhale and exhale. Now you have an option to stay here or holding your right ankle with your left palm. Right hand goes on top for Parighasana gate pose. Inhale and exhale here. Slowly inhale to come back. And this time moving into Triyanga Mukha Ekapada Paschimottanasana. So you turn your right knee in. Again, you have an option to sit on your block. Inhale, hands lift. Exhaling to fold. Deep breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Inhaling, halfway lift. You start to walk forward this time for Prishthasana, walking your left foot slightly towards the outsides. Option to stay up on your palms or you lower down onto your elbows. Deep breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, slowly begin to lift. And this time, walking your left foot towards the center, gently going standing on your left leg to draw your right leg forward to sit. You hook your left shin in between your elbows. Option two, to take your knee on top of the shoulder with palms on either side. Inhale to lift, cross, straightening out your legs to lower in Ashtavakrasana. And slowly lower. Moving into Vakrasana with your left foot next to your right knee. Inhale, right hand lifts. Exhale, you twist. From there, we go into pigeon, turning your gaze towards the front. Left shin forward this time, right leg goes back. Inhale to lift the chest. Exhale, you walk your hands forward and down. Deep breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Making sure that you do not fall onto one side and your weight remains in the center. Focusing on your breathing cycles. Then inhale, slowly begin to lift. Palms on either side to tuck your right toes under. Gently draw your left knee in. Option to step back or you float the leg for your vinyasa. Pressing back into down dog. From here, slowly drop your knees down to come to child's pose. Inhaling to lift. Now, if Shirshasana headstand is in your practice, let's go for it. Taking forearm distance. Inhale, you open your elbows, shoulder width distance apart, interlocking your fingers. Gently tuck your toes under, crown of the head on the mat to begin to lift and float. Focusing on inhales and exhales. Then slowly on your next inhale, begin to lower. And gently dropping your toes, drop your knees to come to child's pose. Now this time you take your hands forward, lift up on your fours to press back into your downward facing dog. On your next inhale, on your toes to turn your gaze forward, bend your knees, step up, jump through to come to seated. And gently lie down on your mat. You have two options, bridge pose or wheel pose. For both those postures, bending into your knees, heels to your hips. For bridge, you take hands by the side of the body to lift your pelvic up. You can interlock your fingers under. And for wheel pose, you take your palms next to your face with your elbows lifted. Inhale to press up. Focusing on deep and breaths in out. And slowly lower. Walking your feet towards the outer edges of the mat to drop your knees in towards each other. Just to relax your lower back and your hips. Now hugging your knees in towards the chest, roll up and down your mat 3 times to massage your back. And after third count, you step up, jump back to take your vinyasa flow. Meeting me in downward facing dog. Inhale on your toes to turn your gaze forward, gently bending into your knees. Step up, jump through to come to seated. Moving into Paschimottanasana, keeping both your legs straight. Inhale, hands lift. Exhaling to fold. Deep breaths, inhale and exhale. Inhaling to lift, taking your hands over your head and gently curling into your spine, preparing for Shavasana. Keeping comfortable distance in between your legs, hands by the side of your body, palms turned up towards the ceiling. Allowing your fingers to curl naturally or wiggling your shoulders away from the ears to lengthen the sides of the neck. And once you're ready, slowly begin to close your eyes. Starting to find stillness in your posture. Drawing your awareness to the flow of your breaths in and out of the body. And as you draw your awareness inward, scanning through your body from your toes all the way up to the crown of the head, guiding each and every part to relax itself completely. Now feel free to stay here a little longer or slowly begin to wiggle your toes and fingers. Drawing your feet together, hands over your head to stretch out your extremities in opposite directions. Take a deep breath in. And deep breath out. Keeping your eyes closed, slowly turning to your right side, make your way up on your mat in any seated position so that your spine is upright, shoulders roll back, chest forward, palms at the heart center. We'll be closing today's practice with 3 Oms and Shanti. For that, take a deep inhale. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Being grateful for today's practice, inhaling, palms to your forehead, exhaling, bow forward. Inhale, gently rolling yourself up, take a deep breath in and deep breath out. And once you're ready, slowly blink your eyes open. Thank you so very much for practicing with me today. If you have enjoyed this practice, make sure to like this video, share this practice with other people, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, then do it now. There's tons of information and links in the description, so make sure you check them out. And until I see you again, take care of yourself. Thank you.